I'm gonna get this track down one of these days. Alright, Imola coming up here. Was able to get us a 145, 124. I think the fast guys are going to be doing something like probably 43s, low 43s. I'm still pretty happy with my time here. I think the last time we did this, I wasn't going this quick, and the car has been adjusted since then and gotten a little slower, so I am feeling like I'm getting better. This is always one of the tough ones for me. I don't know why I struggle with this so much, but I do. But like I said, I'm pretty happy with that time. We'll go ahead and we'll show you the fast lap I was able to get. I'll go through and talk about what's going through my brain when I did it, and then we'll come back for some final thoughts.
That was at 145.34. You're now 0.19 off your best. Sector 1 is a 10th off your best. Your lap time was at 145.12. Sector 3 time is fast.
Alright, Imola Porsche Cup fixed setup. Moved the brake bias back 4 clicks to minus 5.5. We got ourselves a 145, 124 here. We're going to go through how we did that. Alright, if I can click this away. Alright, here we go. Full throttle through the front stretch. Then we're going to hit the 200 marker. When we hit that, we're going to start hitting the brakes. And it's decent on the brakes. Not like super hard because we got a really long braking zone here. But we're going to start downshifting to third. And we're going to wait a bit here. And we're going to start to turn in a little bit, easing off the brakes. And we're going to come over this curb just a tiny bit on the left side here. And then we're going to get back on the throttle, but we're going to come right back off of it a little bit just for this right-hander here, just to kind of try and set us up for the next corner. Holding it flat's just not doable for me anyway, but we can take this next one flat. As we come around here, we just need to pull the car to the right a little bit, and then we're turning back left, and just taking it flat out. And on the exit here, we just want to make sure that we don't get the left tires all the way over. We can come over a little bit onto this, but not all the way. And we want to get back before we hit the grass here. So full throttle here. Next braking point is going to be this 100 marker. And this is one of the parts I struggle with. But it's just a really long braking zone. So we're going to hit the 100, and we're going to hit the brakes. And then as we're going to immediately kind of start coming off of them as we're downshifting a little bit here. And just ease off. And then we're going to coast a little bit, basically. Or I guess I just hold a tiny bit of brake pressure. into third, and then we're going to put a little bit of brake pressure on for this next corner and ease off again, and then come back onto the throttle. If I hit this this curb here, it really upsets the car, and I end up having a bad time once the car gets settled down. So we're just gonna hit the throttle, and we're gonna come up again on the exit here. We don't want to get the right tires in this time over here too far. We'll get us an off track. All right, next braking point is gonna be the beginning of this access road here. I don't know if I hit it correctly this time. Yeah, so we're just gonna start braking, and more towards the end. And we're gonna go straight when we're going heavy on the brakes, and then as we start easing up, we'll start turning in. And then we're gonna get down to second for this corner. And this corner is pretty easy. I see people spin out here. I've done it a few times myself too. So you just want to be careful. Do enough practice. If you're taking a different line through it, like because there's traffic or something like that, you've got to really adjust your inputs. But we're gonna start hitting the throttle as we're coming out, and we have to wait until we get the wheel straightened up before we can go full throttle. And then we're just gonna come all the way out on the exit. We can use more of this curb than I did this time, but didn't end up using it. And we're full throttle through here, going up the hill. Next braking point is going to be a bit before the 50, not at the 50. I think that's a bit too late. It is for me anyway. So a little bit before the 50 here, we're going to start hitting the brakes. And then we're going to start easing off of them as we do our trail braking. And we're going to want to take this in third. And we're going to clip this inside curb here. Start putting that a fair amount of wheel in. And then onto the throttle. And then we can again come out onto this curb, but not too far. And then we're just going to go full throttle down through here. And this is another tricky part. We're going to hit the brakes at the 50, and we're going to use that braking to get us to this first corner here. Then we're going to lift off the brakes. And so hit the brakes. And then you ease off for the turn, trail brake through here. And then there's not enough, like, we still need to, like, have that little bit of brake pressure for the trail braking, but we need to, like, start putting more brake pressure for this next corner coming up here. So we're going to hit that brake harder again, and then ease off, getting down to second, turn in, and then we can start putting a little bit of throttle in, straighten out the wheel. We're going to have our left wheels come over onto this this curbing here, and we want to kind of ease off of it. We don't want to be abrupt with our coming off, so we're kind of turning to the right a little bit as we're going through here, just to kind of make it so we're going straight off of the curb, if that makes sense. But we're full throttle through here. Next braking point is going to be just a touch after the 100. So we're at the 100 marker there, so we're going to start hitting the brakes. And we're going to downshift pretty good to get ourselves slowed down to second. And I think that it feels to me like the curbs are a little bit more forgiving on the off tracks now. I don't know. It used to be like if you went hard, like barely onto these, you get an off track, and it seems a little bit more forgiving now. So we're just going to hold that brake pressure, get on the throttle a little bit, and then come back and hit this curb here. And then we'll start putting the throttle back in. And just wheel over. Keep ourselves from coming out too far again. This is about as far as you can go without getting an off track. But it is just full throttle through here. And then as we come down this hill, we are going to start to brake kind of as it straightens out, is kind of where my mind is. We'll lift a little bit before that, and then as it straightens out, we'll start hitting the brakes. And this is pretty decent braking because we're going downhill. And then we need to ease up out of it. And as we're turning in, we're going to clip this inside curb. And then we'll start to get onto the throttle. That's my Discord, not yours. Sorry about that. And we're on the throttle. Once this pavement kind of changes colors, we're just going to tap on the brake just a little bit. Not heavy, but we're just going to tap on it to get that turn-in going. And then we can start getting back on the throttle. Kind of clip the inside curb here. Wait. And then put more throttle in. I had to adjust a little bit, but there we go. Rest of the throttle up to third. And then it's just full throttle from here on out. And there we go. 145, 124. Yeah, like I said, pretty happy with the time I was able to get here. I always struggle with Imola. We'll see how the races go. Who knows? If you want to watch along live when we do that, head on over to twitch.tv/thepiltdownman. Yeah, I know the quick guys take the curbs more aggressively than I do. In like the first two chicanes, and I can't do it. Like if I hit those that hard, I just end up sending the car all the way to Kingdom Come. So, but if you liked the video, hit the thumbs up button. If you didn't, that one works. And if you think I earned it, hit the subscribe. And we'll see you next time. Bye.